In this video, we're going to talk about how to become a better email marketer. We're going to start with my 5 tips on improving your email marketing, and then we're going to talk about whether it makes sense to focus as an email marketer and find your niche as opposed to going wide and doing all kinds of email marketing. If you're new here, my name is Kasey. I run Luck & Co agency. We help 7- and 8-figure e-commerce brands maximize their revenue from email. Make sure that you like the video before we get started. It really helps us a ton, and subscribe to the channel so you get more of these useful videos about email marketing and e-commerce in your YouTube feed. And as soon as you do that, without further ado, let's go and talk about how to become a better email marketer. Here are 5 tips on how to get better in email marketing. Tip number 1, you have to really understand who you're talking to, and you need to understand the psychology of the consumer. What do they want? How do they think? What are they afraid of? What are their hesitations? I feel like it's the part of email marketing and marketing in general that gets skipped over so often, but really it's the foundation. If you really nail that part, then all of the other parts are so much more effective. So that's the first and the most important tip. Tip number 2 is to get great at copywriting, because after all, email is a written format. So the better you write, the better your emails will be. And apart from just writing well, you really, again, need to understand how your particular audience talks and the words and phrases they use in their head when thinking about your category, about your products, and speak their language in the copy of your emails. So that's tip number 2. The tip number 3 is to get great at design, because email is also a visual format, and great design is so often misunderstood, and a lot of people think that great design just means pretty pictures, and it's not. Great design is good organization of information. So how do you organize the information so that it's easy for the reader and the consumer to digest that information? So that's great design. And email is an interesting format because emails get read on mobile, they get read on desktop, and your emails have to satisfy and look great for all of the devices. And like each device has its own little nuances. So there's like a lot that goes into email design. So you need to master that. Tip number 4, get creative with topics. A lot of people think that email marketing is always about promotions and discounts, and it shouldn't be. Like if you own a brand or if you do marketing for a brand, you really have to see the topics beyond promotions. And this, again, like if you understand your audience really well, you'll know what's interesting to them. You can talk about ingredients and materials and why and how the products came together and how they can be used and the benefits and the emotions and experiences that your shoppers will have with your product. So that's what's really important. And how do you bring that up in emails in a way that's not forced and that reads as entertainment and also makes people want to buy? So that's really the art of it. That would be my tip number 4, be creative with topics. Tip number 5 is not to be afraid of data and analytics and all of the technical parts of email marketing, because so far we've been talking about the creative part and the psychological part, but there's a very concrete data and technical and analytical part. So looking at your open rates, your click rates, your conversion rates, your click-through rates, which are different from click rates, your deliverability, your spam complaint rate, unsubscribe rates, and making sense of all of that. And it might seem like a lot of numbers, and it is, and some of them are more important than others, and then other numbers are more important in other situations. So feeling comfortable with all of those things, technical things, understanding segmentation, understanding automation, all of those technical parts of email marketing, mastering those will really bring you to that master level email marketer. Is it important for an email marketer to find their niche? If you're an email marketer, just like if you're any other type of professional, I really see a lot of benefits in focusing and finding your niche, because it will help you become an expert and really master your craft much better. So instead of going wider, you would be going narrower but deeper. And that's the reason why our agency only works with e-commerce companies. So we only do email and SMS marketing, and we only do it for e-commerce. That's what actually I did for many years. I did email marketing for all types of companies and didn't know where I should focus and niche down. And I will tell you that as soon as I started just focusing on e-commerce, I started producing much, much better work. You might think that email marketing is not that big of a field, but really emails that you would write for a SaaS company, so software as a service, are very different from emails that you need to write for e-commerce companies, are very different from emails that you would write for somebody like coaches and online courses and stuff like that. Those emails are typically like long and like very story-based and stuff like that. And yet again, those emails are very different from what you would write like in your personal brand newsletter. So I definitely recommend that if you're an email marketer, find a niche and really become a master in that one. And then if you get bored, you can go and explore other niches as well. But I think there are a lot of benefits in finding your niche and just focusing down. Thanks so much for watching until the end. Did I miss anything? Did you have any comment or questions as I was going through those tips and my discussion on whether it's better to niche down as an email marketer? Either way, I would love to hear from you. So go to the comment section under the video right now and let me know in the comments. I respond to everything and definitely read everything every day, more than I should. So go and say hi. I would love to hear from you. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.